people who you expect to be luxury often aren't
Mhm.
luxury, and people who are luxury are quiet about it. Just be who you are. I don't wear designer clothes. I don't even drive a fancy car. I don't have anything that would tell right away that I do luxury real estate. It's who I am as a person, and they see my track record, and that's why they hire me.
Welcome to Mastering Luxury with Sandra and my special guest today, Kate Swensen. Thanks, Kate, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So we had such a great catch up when we did our initial conversation, and I'm super excited to learn even more about you. You're out of the Denver metro area, and you cover some of northern Colorado. And I love your story, how you got into real estate. Can you start us off with a little bit of your background?
Yeah, background wise, I have just always loved houses. I watched HGTV and now getting into the industry, none of that is real, but just enjoyed getting to see that perspective. And then I started working as an assistant for a broker and got to see the back end on things, and then worked as an inspector's assistant and got to go in some really cool homes and places. And then just decided to take the leap for myself and get into this.
And that's amazing. I saw you just posted on Facebook that you guys did over 100 million last year in volume.
We did. Yeah, we did. I think the exact number was like 113,950 or something. I never remember exact numbers, but yeah, 113. So yeah, we've reached, my goal was to get us over 100 million. The team definitely did that last year, which is
Well,
so
girl, you,
awesome.
you crushed it. You really did that. But it's amazing. You started off as an assistant and now you are running a top team, one of the top teams in the country. So, how do you make that jump? I mean, that's a big jump to go from an assistant to this.
It definitely wasn't overnight. It's a lot of work. It's funny. A lot of my ideas are not things that people typically do or associate with real estate. Basically, anything in my life, I try to see how I can involve real estate. I love being giving. And so, my team and I, this past year, we also did a toy drive. And so, we went and just knocked on all of our neighbors' doors, say, hey, we're doing a toy drive. Because, and what I look for in teammates and just myself is people come first and money will come after. It's not about the money, it's about helping people. And yeah, just finding different ways that we can do different outreach or just help people is what's been huge. And people recognize that authenticity, and then the business will follow from there.
So, basically, coming from a place of caring and concern is actually what's feeding your business and helping you grow.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
I'm guessing it's feeding your soul at the same time. So you're accomplishing multiple things all together.
Exactly. In general, I love helping people. That's why I got into this business. I do a ton of luxury, but I'm willing to help pretty much anybody. And I love that having a team has allowed me to do that, because there's so many different real estate specialties that either I know nothing about or I don't want to do. So then I can team up with a teammate and make sure that they're in good hands, but someone that I really truly trust is going to take care of my
Yeah,
client.
so even if it's not you personally doing the deal, you want to make sure that they're well taken care of and that they're getting the same level of service that you would give them.
Exactly. I'm extremely particular about who comes on the team. They have to really have that kind of same feeling about real estate and wanting to help people
And how
first.
do you identify that in somebody? Because I think somebody can tell you what they want to tell you, but how do you actually make sure that they are who they say they are?
A lot of it, I definitely am stalking people online to see if they're a good fit and see what are they broadcasting, how are they showing up for people in that way. Just talking to people too and learning about their lives and seeing how they handle different situations. I ask them, and I don't bring on too many new agents. I like more established agents to join who just truly want more like a support network, is really what we do for each other. And talking to them about their past experiences and how they handled things and how they've gone above and beyond for their clients and different things like that gives me a really good idea of who's going to be an actual good fit for the
I
team.
like that. How did you go above and beyond for your clients? So asking them what they've already been doing that you can incorporate into your world as well. I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. So, one thing you said is that you prefer to create leads than to buy leads. Tell me a little bit about that. I think a lot of people would rather just buy leads. So, why do you decide that you'd rather create them than buy them?
I just think creating leads, you get to pick who you want to work with, first of all, because not everybody is going to be a good fit. I don't want to necessarily work with everybody. I want people who are kind and who really just need help or whatever. But it's different than a cold internet lead, which we've done those too. And just a lot more follow up tends to come from those. You're doing more of the chasing. I want people to come to me because they see that I have knowledge and value. I don't necessarily like pursuing in that way all the time. I found that people who see what you're worth will treat you better than being the constant chaser. And it's made such a big difference for myself and my teammates for our mental health and how we then can use our time that we have that we're not chasing to be able to then just help more people.
I totally agree with you. We do a lot of newsletters and things that create inbound leads, and I think we enjoy that a lot more too. And they do, they want to work with you rather than it's just a cold call from somewhere that you had nothing to do with it, just you paid for the lead. So they actually have a more sincere relationship with you if they chose you.
Exactly. One thing that has made a difference, because we do a little bit of online lead generation as far as like with those more like top of funnel leads or people who just clicked on an ad that we put out there. We like to do in-person events. That has been really helpful at getting people face to face with us and being able to connect not only just a name but a face to that name and who we are as people. And so this year actually we're trying to amp it up quite a bit more and do them every quarter. We were doing it about probably twice a
Okay.
year the previous years. And so by doing it more frequently, we can touch with more people. And so, yeah, we have some really exciting, fun things coming up. Like we're going to do a movie night, or there's a brewery and winery that opened up super close by to my house. So we're going to do an event there and just getting people face to face in different environments where it's not about buying or selling. Those conversations will happen naturally because obviously they know what we do, but just knowing who they are as people and what they're doing in their lives. And I found that those leads tend to be much stronger and those people become much more devoted to us versus a cold internet lead that we've had to spend 50 hours to convert. Whereas this one, we run an event and maybe it takes 50 hours for that event to get it to fruition, but then we have 100 people to show up to the event. So it makes a big difference
Right.
there.
And once you've developed the relationship, they're going to come back to you much more likely than if it was not that kind of relationship. Nice. So,
Exactly.
what are some of the events that you've done that you thought were most successful?
Some of the best ones we've done, I actually love, we've done mini golf. That kind of appeals to a wide range of people. We get people with families and kids to just a couple or just a solo person will come with their friends. And so that one's been really fun. We do family pictures or you bring your pet for pictures and that kind of thing. That's been a big hit. We try to do it before the holidays. Those are probably our top two. And we're trying some new things this year, like with the movie night. I haven't done that one yet, but I've heard from other agents who've done similar things. They've had good responses and turnouts
Yeah,
to
we've
that.
done. That's one of our most popular ones is the movie night, partly because it's easy. It's easy, and
Yeah.
we usually use a movie that is good for kids and adults, and with the turnout's usually pretty good, and the amount of effort that goes into it is not that high, and you have a good opportunity to talk to everybody as they come in.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's, we just want that face to face connection, a reason why people think of us, a reason to reach out to our clients besides, hey, do you want to buy or sell? Hey, do you want to buy or sell? The other thing that's been very helpful with just retaining clients is doing market updates, bringing them just randomly to them, saying, hey, I thought you'd want to know maybe what your home is worth. And just especially around this time in Colorado, they've reassessed all of our taxes. So you being able to see, is your assessed value higher than what it is? Maybe we can challenge that, and being able to help them challenge their taxes has been very helpful to our clients and they really appreciate it. It just gives us a reason, yeah, to reach out
Yeah.
to them.
What does that look like? Is that a phone call, a text, an email?
In person, phone call, text, email. We do have everybody set up with once a month, they get like a zip code report where it will show them here's what has sold recently in your neighborhood, here's what prices they're doing. It has just a ton of information on what's happening in their zip code. And then it gives them the ability, if they want to know for their specific house, they can click on see your home's estimated value and it gives them a general range estimate. And then it lets me know, and then I'm able to send them a full report and workup since I've obviously been in their home, or I can ask them, what have you done since you bought it? And then just give them a more precise amount
That's a
for them.
great way to open the door. Are you using a
Exactly.
system for that, or is that something that you guys are manually putting together?
No, we do use a system. We use a system called
Okay.
Lofty. It's a CRM and it's just an all-in-one CRM. I am a huge actually believer in Lofty. I've used a lot of other CRMs. This one has the website, also open house form logins. It's really all encompassing CRM. It has everybody's info. We can see what they're viewing, if they like certain properties and that kind of thing. And it just really allows us to cater in more to our clients' needs on that. So I've really enjoyed. We switched about 2 years ago. And to put into some perspective, with our previous CRM, we were not getting the same amount of value for it. We have an award within HomeSmart called the Diamond Awards, where an individual nets over $100,000 in income for that year. And in 2024, we had four teammates who did that. And in 2025, since we switched in 2024 mid-year, since then we had 10
Wow.
teammates who are now doing it. And because they're utilizing their CRM so well, that's been amazing to see and something that I'm super excited about. In general, love with my team. My goal is for all of them to become diamond winners. And so we're definitely getting towards that goal and I'm really excited
Wow,
about
that
it.
that feels good. That feels good to them and to you, I'm sure. That's
Exactly.
awesome. So I want to backtrack a little bit. You had said when you first got into real estate, I know that you had some financial challenges as you were an assistant. And so you had to really kind of reevaluate things and say, how can I make money without spending a lot of money? And so you did some creative things back then. So I'd love to just share with the audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, I would love to. So I had actually left assisting by that point. I got pregnant with my daughter. I did go back to work just like a little bit during that time, but I ended up having to quit because she would get bronchiolitis all the time, which is a respiratory illness. She has since been much better, but she was in the ICU very frequently when she was about 1 and 2. And we had just, yeah, crazy amounts of medical bills that we had to pay. And so when I had my second daughter, I was staying home with them. I could not afford a babysitter. I could not afford to go out and spend a bunch of money on postcards or mailers or do anything that involved money, honestly, other than pay my MLS dues, my fees for that are required. And that was about it. I could not afford to do anything. I could do anything that was free. So I just was trying to think, how can I do things with my kids without having any funds to really use to market myself? So social media was a huge one. And I would connect with agents across the country during that time because I was at home with my 1 and 3 year old and just was trying to make it as best I could. And so, yeah, I just connected. My goal was to connect with an agent in every single state, and that still, I spent hours and hours and I developed this referral network map that everyone who was a part of the network could be a part of. And they could then look up agents themselves. So rather than putting it on one of those Facebook groups and saying, I need an agent in this area, they could reference the map and just click on a name and then they could stalk them online behind the scenes to be able to make sure that agent could be a good fit for them. And so just by doing that and connecting with agents and putting my name out there with them, I started to then get receiving referrals for Denver and Northern Colorado. And so that was huge for my business when I first started. The other thing that I did was I created Facebook groups. I noticed that this was probably 9 years ago or so, that the Facebook groups would have someone asking about
Mhm.
relocating, but then there wasn't a really good source for them to look up information or just to connect with people that way. So I did love that I made a group called Moving to Denver. People joined it. And then they could ask all the questions too that I can't answer as an agent. We're not allowed to say what area we deem safe. And so being able to have that for them was a huge value add for the people that I would then get who relocated to Colorado. I'd tell them to join the group. They could ask a ton of questions and just get different perspectives besides just mine. And then it allowed me to
Mhm.
learn about what people are needing when they're moving here. And so that was probably the best thing I did at that time. Now there's less people who relocate in the same way, and Facebook algorithms have changed. I still do get business every single year from that group, but it's just allowed my clients then to have a place that they can ask those questions and talk. And so with those both in conjunction and really utilizing Facebook to connect with agents and to connect with people who are moving here, it laid a foundation for me for my business. And I eventually got too much business, and that's why I wanted to start a team. It's a great problem to have. And so I because at the end of the day, my kids are my number one priority, and I want to make sure my clients are also a priority. And so I can't take 20 people on at once, nor do I
Right.
want to. So being able to team up with my team members, that's when I started my team with another agent. His name's Jesse. He's in Colorado Springs. And so it worked really nice that we're not in each other's exact markets, but we can still help agents surrounding us. And yeah, it's been a great journey on that. So we started off with a team of 4 and have now grown to 25.
That's
So
great.
it's been
That's great.
awesome.
So, Kate, I love that you are very creative, that you clearly have a lot of grit. You are not one just sit and wallow in, I've got debt, I don't know what to do, I'm stuck at home. So you got creative. You made your own business from scratch. You didn't sit and wait for somebody else to hand it to you. I think a lot of people listening to this will really resonate with that and appreciate that. I think so many people don't know how to get started, and unless they've got somebody holding their hand, they really struggle. And you didn't let it happen. You said, I'm going to make this work, whether I'm at home with my child or not, I'm not going to fail. And you created a way
Exactly.
that made you successful. And I'm sure that history, that going through that process has really made you tough and strong at everything that you do. So I love that for the audience to hear about that, that if you, even if they have nothing going, they have no money, there's still tools and things that they can do. They've
Mhm.
got to roll up their sleeves and put the work in, but it's doable.
Exactly. I think it's possible for anybody to do it. And what I didn't have in money, I had in time. And now I don't have time. So
You've come full circle.
being able to, yeah, come full circle. I don't have time, but I have the money to be able to invest and get real estate business in other ways now. But yeah, it's a lot of work. And even now I still am doing a lot of work. Yesterday my day started at 7 a.m. and I got home at 7 p.m. It was just one of those long days, I'm sure, as you
Hmm.
know, like we just go through it. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't choose anything else. I truly love what I do and I love helping others, whether that's my clients or my team. I think we can all just get better. And a huge thing for me too is I love networking with other agents, whether they're out of state or they're in state. I think it's all about collaboration, not competition. And we can truly help each other and learn from each other. And it just makes us all
I
better.
completely agree. So tell me, I know you do a lot of luxury, so we haven't touched on that yet. How did you get into the luxury arena? What was the first deal that got you there?
I'm trying to think. Let me see what my first deal was. It was a while
Mhm.
ago. I think I can remember my first listing that I got that was luxury. That one was a referral from another agent who had heard of me from another agent. I think they were in Arizona and they were connected to me through an agent, I think, in my referral network. And they said, you have to use Kate. Kate is great. And so just that one kind of kick started it for me. Specializing in luxury, I really do love. I get to see so many cool houses and get to do so many cool things. It does take a lot more time for people, especially if you're on the buyer agent side for them to truly find that one house. I've shown some houses to a couple for 5 years, and then they finally found one because they loved their old house and didn't want to move unless it was even better than their old house. Yeah, it's a lot of work and upfront stuff. Sometimes things will come fast, sometimes slow, but I've really enjoyed luxury. You do have to, especially on the listing side, take it up a notch with the
Yeah.
marketing for sure. And I pay a pretty penny to market my places, but I really enjoy it. It's been a really great
What
time.
would be your one piece of advice to somebody newly trying to get into luxury? What would your advice to them be?
I would just say it's interesting. People who you expect to be luxury often aren't luxury, and people who are luxury are quiet about it. And so talk to people, just have normal conversations. They're just people at the end of the day. Go where they go. That would be my main thing. Learn what they enjoy doing and just strike up a conversation. I actually got upgraded on first class a few weeks ago, and I just sat next to this guy. His wife is actually an agent. I just talked to him forever. I just I think we talked the whole flight. They're just normal people. It's not anything scary. You don't have to fake it till you make it. Just be who you are, be yourself. Because in general, authenticity is a huge deal to me, and that's who I want to work with. And that's who my people appreciate is someone who's authentic, who's gonna be real with you and not being honest is a huge thing too. I've found with doing luxury, just telling them, hey, I know that other agent said your house is worth this much, but this is realistically what it is. And I'm not going to lie to you to get the deal. So if you go with that other agent and list, that's totally fine. You can list your house for whatever you want, but I'm telling you what the house is realistically going to
Right.
sell for. And people really appreciate that
So
approach.
you're staying true to yourself. You're not taking something you don't believe
Yeah,
in.
exactly. I don't wear designer clothes. I don't even drive a fancy car. I don't have anything that would tell right away that I do luxury real estate. It's who I am as a person, and they see my track record, and that's why they hire me for luxury.
And you're giving them a great experience.
Exactly. Exactly. I have my reviews also speak for it, and that's been huge is reviews for me. That's really helped me get a lot of deals. So it doesn't matter what price point, having that to back me up online, and then I give it to them in my listing appointments, some of my best reviews, I should say. And then I think I have like over 100 reviews online, so I don't want to have them all be up on there, but they really appreciate that. They want to see proven track records.
Right. The endorsement from a third party is way more powerful than anything you can tell them. When somebody else endorses you.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you talked about your referral network and your Facebook group. Are those things that you're looking for more participation? Would you like people to follow, join in?
Yeah, people are definitely welcome to join on there. The referral network is called Core Referrals, I believe. I changed the name and then I don't remember. I think that's what it is. And then the other one is Moving to Denver. It's just facebook.com/groups/moving to Denver. And then you'll see it on there. Yeah, participation in the groups is great. I love when people ask questions, and it's just like I said, I love to learn. I don't think there's ever a point even if I go on a listing presentation and if I didn't get it, normally I do, but if I don't get it, I still learned about that house. I still learned about the neighborhood. Nothing is ever a failure with that. And I just love that about the groups. Even if someone else has another agent, they're asking a question in there that I can learn from too. So that's one of my biggest approaches with real estate.
And I think that makes you the person that you are. That makes you constantly growing and doing better and having more to offer to your clients.
Exactly.
So, Kate, if people aren't on Facebook and they don't want to join the Facebook group, how else can they reach out to you with a referral?
My email, real estate Kate 5280, which is mile high for those who don't know. People somehow like, what are the random numbers? It's 5280 at gmail.com. So real estate Kate 5280 at Gmail, or that's what my Instagram is. My phone number, corehometeam.com is my website for the team, but I get all of the people sent to me. So my info is on there. But yeah, I love connecting with people and would love to connect with anybody. And I'm always happy to give advice to people too.
Kate, you seem like a real genuine person. You just really care about people. You care about your clients. You care about connecting and collaborating. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I appreciate that you joined us today. Thank you for joining us for Mastering Luxury with Sandra. Make sure to subscribe and follow us so that you never miss a moment of the inside look at luxury real estate.